this math problem to discuss with you. And here is the problem. There are 6 kindergartners. So would you stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, and stand up. So come stand up here and face your friends. Here, let me move out of the way so that you can be with all the kindergartners. Okay, there are 6 of them. Some of these kindergartners, let's make sure they're really 6. So let's count them. And you point, I'll just touch on top of their head. 1, point, take your reading finger, point as we count them. 1, 2, 3. Some of the kindergartners are going to stay in the classroom. Some of the kindergartners are going to go outside. So I'm going to say these 2 are going to go outside. So would you just go stand by the door? So we have a total of 6. 2 are outside. How many are inside?
4.
I want you to turn to the person sitting next to you and tell them how you knew that. Turn and talk. How did you know that? If we wanted to write that, would you sit down now? As a sentence, we could start with, we started with 6 kindergartners. But then 2 of them decided to go outside. What number would go here? Turn to the person sitting next to you and tell them. Now, sometimes when we are doing math problems, we don't have the real object, the real kindergartner, to count. So we use blocks. So if I wanted to show, instead of using the real kindergartners and I wanted to use blocks, how many blocks should I pull out of here to show what we just did? Turn to the person sitting next to you and talk about. There are 10 kindergartners. Some of the kindergartners went outside and some of the kindergartners stayed inside. How many kindergartners stayed inside and how many kindergartners went outside? So now that is the problem. A minute ago we had that same problem, but with the quantity of 6 kindergartners. Now how many kindergartners do we need to think about? So my question to you and your partner is, I'm going to give you blocks in a minute. How many blocks should you take out and why? Turn and talk. Turn and talk. On your first box, write what the number was, the number sentence that we just did. And when you are finished with that, show your partner sitting next to you and make sure that yours matches your partner's. Okay, your job, kindergartners, is to see how many different combination of 10 kindergartners you can find. I mean, like, I'm wondering what happens if 6 go outside. I'm wondering what happens if 9 go outside. So each time you discover how many are outside and how many are inside, you write that number sentence in a box. Thumbs up if you can take the challenge. So just take your 10 cubes, your clipboards, and your pencils and go be busy mathematicians. Did you have here?
We said 3 went away and 7.
But do you hear what your friend is saying? What number should you be starting with?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait for him for a second till he gets ready with you. So this time, how many kindergartners went outside?
4.
And how many were left inside?
6. Okay. And take away 10.
So how many went outside?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. So you've got another number sentence, another combination of 10.
All of them? Yeah, I'm taking all of them away.
Oh my goodness. So what are you saying? That how many kids went outside? How many kids is he saying went outside?
10.
All of them, which would be how many?
10.
10. So how are you going to write that? I'm a little curious how you're going to be equals 10 plus
0.
Oh, I'm so curious what that'll look like as a number sentence.
Now it's 5. 9. Take my turn. Equals. Keep there. No, wait. 10 equals. There were 10. And what? Equals. How do you do it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 went away. 1. 10 equals 1 is 9. 10. 1. Oh, so we did that backwards. And then.
Okay, so let's see.
Trying to take away 9.
Hold on, do you have, oh, you do have this one. Now, so whose turn is it to go to decide?
Me.
Okay, how many kindergartners went outside?
5, 6.
Okay, show it. So make sure she's doing this right.
2, 3, 4.
How's she doing? Okay, and how many are left?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so how are you going to write?
5.
How many? Count that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And how many went outside?
6.
How many kindergartners do we have here? Let's see those over there. Let's put them all together and see how many kindergartners we have.
10.
Okay, let's see. Let's count them. Let's count them.
1.
You point. You do it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, let's keep going. 6.
7, 8, 9, 10.
6, 7. Keep going.
8, 9, 10.
Oh,
Extra.
that's why I think you were having problems. Let me take this and keep working on that. Okay, everybody, is she right or is she wrong? Let's try it. Get your cubes. You've got them with you. Read it once more. How many kindergartners went outside?
8.
How many kindergartners were inside?
10. Wait.
How many kindergartners were inside?
2.
Okay, everybody check that. What happens when you take 8, take your cubes. I see one kindergartner who checked it. I see another kindergartner who checked it. I see another kindergartner who checked it. Is she right?
Yes.
Thumbs up if she's right. Okay, put your cubes back together. Put the 10 kindergartners back together. Who would like to share another one with us that they did? What is one thing that you are really proud of yourself as a mathematical learner or thinker that you just did? So maybe it was the way that you listened. Maybe it was the way that you controlled your body and didn't touch anyone. Maybe it was the way that you and your partner worked. Maybe it was the way that you counted and discovered how important double counting is. Maybe it was how many of those boxes that you filled out. Maybe it was the way you wrote your numbers. So I want you to close your eyes for a minute. Sit still. And I want you to think about yourself as a learner, as a mathematical learner, what was something that you are really proud of that you did today that helped you do your personal best? Tell yourself what you're thinking. Okay, open your eyes and raise your hand if you would like to share something you were proud of yourself at. Start us off. Now, hands go down while we listen to your friend who's sharing. We want to show our friends we're respectful of their thinking. Is there something you did today, Bridget, that you're proud of or that helped you as a learner? Can you say that a little bit louder so we can hear you? Somebody else who wants to share what they did today as a learner that helped them. Go ahead.
The way I wrote my numbers.
Good. Okay, so now here's the really hard question. What didn't you do so well today that you hope next time you'll do differently? So close your eyes. So maybe you and your friend, your partner, didn't take turns, and so you fought, and that made it hard for you to do your best. Maybe you rushed, and that made it hard for you to do your best. Maybe you didn't look at the number line to help you remember how to write the numbers. So I want you to think, maybe you didn't count the blocks carefully enough, so you got confused. So tell yourself something that next time you might do differently. Okay, that would help you do your personal best. Open your eyes. What's something that next time you would do differently?
Me and my partner were fighting over the blocks.
And so next time, what would you do differently? How could you? Sometimes thinking about what you would do differently is so important. What were you thinking? A little louder so we can hear you.
Me and my partner were fighting over the blocks.
And what would you do differently next time?
We could both take one turn together.
Something that you would do differently next time.
We could stop fighting over the blocks.
And how could you solve that? Somebody said you could take turns. Is there another way you could solve that?
We could take turns putting them together.
And did anybody have trouble getting the right amount of blocks today?
Yeah.
Did anyone have trouble getting the right amount of blocks and they ended up with the wrong amount of blocks? What could you do differently? You had a really big learning. What did we discover? What could you do differently? Eyes over here on your friends, because they had a little problem.
To count them and tuck them again.
Yeah.
Like recount them.
Because tell everybody the problem that you had today for a little bit, but then we fixed it.
We got 11, and then we didn't know that we got 11, but then when we were writing, we figured out that we got 11.
And so that's so important. They have a really smart strategy. I'm going to ask them once more to share with you their learning. So what's really an important learning? When you're counting, what do we need to do?
Count them again.
And what did you say?
Recount.
Same thing. To recount or count them again. Nice job, kindergartners. You worked.